I think it's an amazing idea. I think, especially with the prevalence of misrepresentation in the media and just all the hate we see going on in the world today, I think it's so important that we're having these discussions, not necessarily arguing with each other, but just listening to other people's ideas, listening to other people's inquiries, and working on how we can all become more unitive.
I think there's a lot of perception in the media, in the news about different factors affecting police force and different things affecting the community. So I think it's important for them to actually know what discussions are taking place and what's being done to actually ensure that we get the right kind of inclusion, the right kind of actions done to make sure that Leicester is a true representation of what Leicester is, which is an awesome community of wonderful people with great background.
Leicester is multicultural. It is really diverse. I mean, when I came to Leicester, I think about 10 years ago now, the first thing that hit me was, wow, there's a lot of Asian people in this community. And then I met a lot of black people as well. I'm like, wow, so it is very multicultural.
I think it's important because a sign of the times, there's a bit of angst in most communities where people feel that there's not enough inclusion of various diverse groups. So I think the police coming out to touch base with the community as it were is good, because that would spread the word about what the police is doing and what they can do for various diverse groups.
I think the recruitment, from a public perspective, there's a lot of concerns about, Leicestershire and Rutland is not being represented well in the police force. It's a very multicultural community. When I look at the hospital, it's very cultural. We've got Muslim, Christian, black, white, Asian. It's very mixed, but that's not being represented in the police force and in the fire service, which is quite interesting for me to hear, really.
One of the main things that's hit me today is the desire and the hunger to see from the police force, nonetheless, to see change happen, positive change with regards to how they engage with the BAME community, as well as how they portray themselves, not just as a gesture of, okay, we just want to put up a smiling face, but they're actually serious about taking things to the next level with regards to the police force and how they tackle crime relating to BAME, as well as how they tackle complaints from the community.
It's not enough for you to be upset about being less represented. You need to do something about it. We need to put ourselves forward, and I personally think that is the main problem. We are not actually putting ourselves forward.
From one of the talk we've heard tonight is that representative of the ethnic minority is quite low within the forces or the fire department. So we want a bit of a boost about that, and we want the whole of Leicester to know that we are doing something about it. Some of us are making noise about it, and we want a change, and change is coming.